Definitely fun. Just glad to be out here. Been away from football for so long, especially with how we ended last season without a bowl game. So just happy to be back out here. Like you said, it's the last day. So just trying to soak it all in. But I thought it was a real overall good, productive day for the first day. So.
Sounds like you're losing your voice a little bit. You guys getting excited, having fun?
Exactly, yeah. Screaming and yelling, doing calls and everything. So always using my voice.
You've been out here so long. Where do you think you've grown the most from day one, first training camp to now?
Yeah. Coach Kelly preaches it all the time. Habits reflect your mission. So I think my overall habits, whether that's in the facility, outside the facility, on the practice field, in the film room, just learning overall how to be a pro before I get there. And so I think right now is my rookie year, and so trying to learn all those little finite detail habits and just trying to take a step that way.
I saw you had a boat day yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
How was that, and what was it like to just
It was awesome.
At a camp?
It was awesome. We got a boat down in Marina Del Rey. Rented went out for a couple hours just to take the offense out, to break bread and everything. It was really cool. We got to see dolphins. We got a little police escort with the dolphins and stuff. So guys really enjoyed it. I didn't know that was a lot of guys' first time being out on the water like that. So I'm glad I could to share that moment with them for sure.
What advice would this Dorian give to you
it's
5 years ago?
It's the same advice I'm giving to Justin right now every day. You gotta learn how to be a quarterback. It's not just everybody thinks you just go out there and throw a ball and you lead and then what's leading if you don't know what you're doing. So I think that's really what it is. I'm just going back and trying to teach Justin everything I wish I knew back then, and trying to keep him on the right path. So, but in terms of advice I give myself, it's all about the habits and what you do on a day-to-day basis. And I think that's what I'm learning right now. And like I said, that's where I took the most growth, I think, this offseason.
So what is leading?
For me, leading is loving the absolute hell out of your teammates, and loving what you do every day and showing that through your actions. And anything you do through your actions will be projected far more across to your teammates than your words. So I think that's really where I've grown and taken the most steps in terms of leading. So.
John Gaines at Pac-12 Media Day said the offensive line should be seamless going from last year to this year. Yeah. What are you seeing from them, especially some of the new guys? Yeah,
I mean, it was first day, so there's a little bit of missed details here and there, but, I thought today was a really, really good day for especially guys like Raekwon, Jalen, guys that just got here, to be able to just fit right in, get the calls right away. You could tell they've been studying over and over again, getting with John and Sam and stuff, going over calls and everything. So I think John was exactly right in what he said. It was definitely a seamless day in terms of communication from all across the board, and it showed out on the field today. So I think we had a really good day for the offensive line.
The team has new defensive coordinator, Bill McGovern. From what you've seen in spring and just from the little bit that you've seen right now, what can you say about what the defense can do this year?
Yeah, I think their overall message, at least from how I've taken it, is to be attacking. And that's definitely what they're doing every day. They're trying to get the ball. They're forcing us to carry it higher, force me to put the ball in a better position. And so I think that's really where I think they've taken the biggest step. It's just coming together as a group. The senior leaders on that side with Blay, Darius now as a transfer in. They've really taken on that role, and I think they've taken it light years away from where they were. So,
what have you seen from Michael Ezike and some of the guys in that tight end room?
Really, really taken off from where they were as freshmen, especially Zeke. Zeke was my roommate for a part-time here for a year, I think my sophomore year. So just to see his growth both as a person and as an athlete, it's been outstanding. He's really, really worked hard at it. It wasn't something that just came easy to him. So for him to be where he's at now, and he's going to have a really good year this year because of it. So
the guys you're targeting, the new guys, Jaden and Braden and Jack, what do you think of them so far, the freshmen, how they've kind of adapted and looked so far?
Oh, yeah. And I let all those guys know at the boat as well as before that and all that, everything that, you guys you have an opportunity to play. But only and only if you do the work that it takes to be able to get on that field. So I think those guys are taking that message full front, and they're showing it every day. They're showing up with the same attitude. And, they're not letting things get to them. So that's probably the biggest thing for freshmen is getting in your own head, and I think they're doing a really good job of not doing that. So.
Who arranged the boat?
I did.
It was
I
your
did.
thing, right?
Well,
Yeah.
me, my mother, and my agent, and all that stuff. But yeah.
So it's similar to the other thing you guys, the other event you guys had.
Yeah. Yes,
Months
ma'am.
back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Obviously, the Haskins tattoo is fairly new, but any other new tattoos for you?
This whole sleeve actually. I had it on the butterfly and all this stuff. So yeah.
Anything significant among the sleeve stand out to you? Or mean anything to you
Well,
personally?
these are all now my favorite tattoos. So that's a pretty tough question to answer. But you know, this Dwayne one is always going to be really close to my heart. Always mean the most to me. Besides my parents, obviously, this is my favorite tattoo of all time. So.
Do you have any new ones since that the April sleeve? Or?
Yeah, just this right here. Everything right here is all new. So don't plan on getting any more anytime soon. So.
Is that
You say that now.
Exactly. I'm like,
is that something you're telling yourself, or did your mother?
I'm trying to get myself together to make sure I'm good. Focus on this.
But Kobe, you got Kobe on the shoulder, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Got Kobe, Drake, St. Michael, Dwayne with me, and then a butterfly.
What's the quote on the butterfly?
This is something I used to tell myself every day. Thank God every day you are blessed. He is always with you. So just a reminder that, you know, when things go bad and stuff like that I can always just look back on it and know everything's good. My life is always good. So.
When I say Michael, is he patriarch?
Yeah. You know, it's the saint I always gravitate towards. The story of him killing the devil and everything. So I just like the meaning behind it, and what he represents and what he symbolizes and stuff. So I think that's why I like it so much.
You guys got some new poles out here. I don't think I've seen these before. Is this for stretching or Tai Chi or something? Or what are you
Oh yeah, it can be used for many different things. We might come out here with Star Wars and start hitting each other with them or something. But no, yeah, they're made for a whole bunch of different things, mainly for stretching, like you said. But
That's new, right? I don't remember seeing those. Is
it's
that new?
I wouldn't say it's new. I'd say we finally started to integrate them more into the workouts and more so outside of the workouts with more so recovery stuff and try to loosen up the body in the hips in certain ways.
Awesome.
Thanks, Dorian.
Thank you, Dorian.
Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it.
What up? How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So, kind of same question for Dorian. Kind of the first day of your last fall training camp. Were you thinking about that at all? And kind of memories and significance of it all flash through your head a little bit?
Yeah, I've definitely been thinking about it this whole kind of off season leading up into it. All the different guys that I've played with here, the memories I've made, the evolution of the program, where we've come from till now, the type of guys we have now, the changes in coaching staff. College football is just, there's so much turnover every year, and just being able to be here and be blessed to still play on this field, it's a blessing. There's been plenty of tough times on here, and there's also been a lot of good times, so it's just good to be back out here.
We just got done talking to Dorian, and obviously you've known him for quite some time now. What have you seen from him just since day one, the first day you met him, to where he's at now in terms of his maturity and just the growth that you've seen from him?
I think Dorian's always done a pretty good job as far as just the way he approaches coming out here and working. He played very early. I want to say it was either the first game or the second game of our freshman year. Wilton Spate got hurt, and Dorian just had to get thrown in there. And he's been playing ever since. And so not many guys can do that, especially at quarterback, and especially at a big Power 5 program. So it just goes to show the type of guy he is. He was new to playing quarterback, coming here. It was only like his third year playing quarterback, and he started his freshman year on the first game. So other than that, obviously he just works his tail off and comes in and just gets after it. He's been doing a really good job with the guys on the team now, just sharing the love he's getting from all these NIL deals he's getting, and the amount of growth that he's making financially. He gives it back to the team here, so it's really cool to have a guy like that. Some guys, are just holding on to all their money, and then there's guys like Dorian who are taking them on trips, and it's great to have a guy like that.
Were you sad you weren't on the boat trip?
I was a little bummed out. I sent a little a funny message to all the defensive guys the other day. I went to the beach right before, just to kind of celebrate summer being over. I went with some of the defensive guys, and I took a video And I was like, hey, all the defensive guys are rented out the beach. But yeah, we just had fun with it. It was funny. Dorian took all the offensive guys out. So the defense was a little salty about that, but it's all good.
Didn't Kirkwood bring donuts or something the other day?
Devin did bring some donuts. They're pretty good. I ate like 3 of them. Big donut guy. They were good.
What kind?
They were just glazed and then sprinkles. Yeah, they were good.
Who's the NIL leader on the defense?
I don't know. You'd have to check with the guys, but there's some decent amount of guys that are signing with sports agents and whatnot, and which is crazy to say. Like if I would have heard that my freshman year here, it would have been obviously illegal. But but there's so many guys now that have different deals and whatnot, and being in LA and being able to play with that market and being able to have all the opportunities here, obviously with Nike and Jordan too, being able to represent that. I think it provides a lot of opportunities that not a lot of other schools have.
When Dorian decided to come back, what was your reaction?
Yeah, I was pumped. Me and Dorian are in the same class. So we were all kind of trying to figure out at the end of every season, obviously everybody tries to, find out what they're going to do the next year, how the team's going to look, whatnot, who's staying, all that stuff. So when we started getting some of the pieces back, and obviously we brought in some newer guys to help us fill some roles that, had been vacated. And so being able to have all those spots back in there and being able to have a veteran quarterback like Dorian makes a big difference. Just being able to have those key positions that we've had, I think we have a really solid squad, and it's going to be a good year.
I saw Holly Road had a tweet once of you and Dorian playing chess.
Yeah.
Who's a better chess player?
Definitely Dorian. Dorian spends a lot more time playing chess. I just kind of have fun with it. I kind of mess around. But Dorian's very serious with it, and he's very good. He takes his time. And there's a lot of guys that play chess. It's kind of funny. There's a lot of very smart guys on the team, on a serious note, and there's a lot of guys who are very competitive. So there's some chess matches that go down that are pretty serious down there in the locker room.
With Bill McGovern taking over the defense, what would you say has been the biggest change he has instilled in you guys?
I would say just that, professional mindset is coming in, and he really treats us like a professional program, and the camp that we have, this preseason camp, is really kind of run a lot like a professional camp. And so just being able to come in and have guys just be responsible for themselves, allow them. We have a lot of very good people, like I've mentioned, on the team who, at other programs you kind of have to coddle guys, and you have to, or at least just be on them and constantly worry about them. We don't have to worry about that here. A lot of guys that are on top of their stuff, and we're going to get everything they need to get done and more. And so I think that's very special. And then being able to combine that with a seasoned coach like Coach McGovern is going to help us a lot.
It seems like you guys have a lot of consistency from the spring to now, having Latu and the Murphys and you and Carl and Coach Akika, and then just having all of that. What's that like? Even if it was different from last season, to go from the spring having it, summer workouts, and now fall camp, all kind of staying steady there.
Yeah, I think we built a good foundation in the spring. We brought a lot of pieces in, and we kind of had to, Coach Malloy took us out a lot to dinner and kind of, got us closer as a group. We hung out and we did things together, and being able to have a coach like that and a group of guys who really care about each other is special. Obviously, this is a competitive game, and guys are always jockeying to, climb higher on the charts. But being able to have a group of guys who really care about you, and have selfless guys who are always going to give you coaching points and whatnot, and aren't there to tear you down, they're there to lift you up. That's a special bond, and that's something that we'll take from here and we'll have for the rest of our lives. Being able to have the bonds that we've built, and being able to have that support system, especially just as a man, being able to have other men who work really hard around you and are able to be there for you. It's awesome.
You talked before the bowl game about how much that was going to mean to you, not having been in a bowl game, watching other bowl games. To have that taken away, how tough was that? I know it's a little bit later, but I don't think we've asked you about that. How was that? Where were you when you found out, and what was kind of your reaction?
Yeah, obviously it was tough. I mean, it was tough for everybody, coming in and having it right before the game, kind of, realizing that we weren't going to be able to participate in that. And all the stuff leading up to that. Obviously, we had a great season, and so when I look back, I'm able to cherish those memories. But looking forward to get out to next season and go to another bowl game and get after it again. And I'm confident we'll be able to do that. But yeah, excited for this year. And, obviously last year was what it was. We had a great season, but I'm excited to get after it this year.
Great.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.